Here come my husband watching. Let's see how cute he think I look.
What you waiting on?
I'm waiting on you, sexy.
All right. Let me pull back.
How my makeup look? Do I look pretty?
Fantastic. Hey, can I put it right here?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, you got money for a ticket? Okay, they got some cutie pies showing up here tonight. Hey, y'all. Hey, girls. They cute. They came for my baby. They outside for my baby, y'all. I'm so nervous to give a speech. Because y'all know my speeches be long-winded. Long-winded. You know, I got to get a couple motherfuckers together. I'm outside, girl. I'm outside. I'm outside at the 40. Y'all know they don't be letting me go to the party with them. I'm surprised that my son is letting me come to the party, girl. Now, y'all know it's 3 to 9 for old people. I don't know where they going after that. So whoever got the after-hour spot that want Blue to pull up and give him, if y'all give him $25,000 to pull up, he'll bring the whole party to the after party for y'all. So y'all go tell somebody, whoever want to give up that 25 G's, he'll take it. I'll get him to take it. Y'all know I can't go past 9 o'clock. I'm going to wear my heels for about 30 minutes. Okay? I got 30 minutes on my feet. And then I'm going to put them flip-flops back on.
Stop whatever you're doing because the internet is combusting over the leaked whispers coming out of Blueface's big homecoming bash. And the drama is so radioactive, it could power Las Vegas for a year. What should have been a smooth victory lap turned into a scandalous circus the moment rumors spread that Karlissa got canceled, straight off the guest list. While Chrisean allegedly got hit with the biggest embarrassment of all, access denied. Yes, the same. Chrisean, whose name has enough cultural weight to shift gravity itself. The same Karlissa who never misses a chance to step into the spotlight like it's a runway. And somehow, neither one reportedly made it through the door without the internet melting into mush. Screenshots started popping up like popcorn-blocked invites, whispered lists. Security confirmations, all unverified, messy, and deliciously chaotic. The culture immediately treated the party like the Roman Colosseum, and these two, like headliners, got replaced at the last minute, from cryptic lives to comments that sound like damage control. The entire situation exploded faster than Kim Kardashian crying on reality TV reruns. Because if there's anything the world loves more than a comeback celebration, it's finding out who wasn't allowed to attend, and baby, these rumors. They taste like scandal sushi. The scandal lit its first fuse the moment Blueface's homecoming party got announced. At first, it was supposed to be just another welcome back celebration music. Flashing lights, celebrity faces, champagne towers, and fans pretending they didn't spend months arguing online about his personal life. But then leaked whispers started oozing through the comment sections like glitter in a carpet. People swore they heard talk that Karlissa's invite got revoked, torn up, or never existed to begin with. And before anyone could blink, the rumor mutated into Karlissa canceled. As if someone hit a giant reality show buzzer and her access just evaporated. There was no official statement, no guest list, no footage, just internet. Imagination strapped to a jet engine. Screenshots started circulating like counterfeit lottery tickets. Some claimed they saw security emails. Others claimed they saw insider texts. Not a single receipt could be verified. But that didn't matter. The narrative was too juicy to resist. Fans began stitching clips of Karlissa from entirely unrelated lives, captioning them with things like, "This why she got canceled." A video of her simply breathing turned into her reaction to the ban. Logic took the day off, and conspiracy took the steering wheel. The party hadn't even started yet. And somehow it was already a full-blown scandal festival. Then the plot thickened with an even wilder twist. Chrisean allegedly being denied entry. Some posts framed it like she showed up and got security blocked. Others spun a version where her name just wasn't on the roster at all. A third theory said organizers didn't want the tension of having Blueface Karlissa and Chrisean in the same building because that combination gives the internet louder migraines than messy Grammy speeches. These were all just digital fairy tales, but once enough strangers repeat them, Fairy tales start sounding like documentaries. Rumors don't need truth to grow, they just need engagement. And the internet engaged hard. People reposted blurry screenshots of what they claimed were entry lists, zoomed into pixels like scientists. Somebody circled a random scribble and swore it meant Chrisean was barred. Another claimed one redacted email subject line proved security instructions. Someone even pointed to a shaky video showing a person with a ponytail outside the venue and screamed. That's her getting blocked. It could have been a fan. It could have been a caterer. It could have been someone waiting for Uber. But conspiracy mode turns everyone into characters. What made this story explode like confetti? Cannons wasn't evidence, it was tension. Because the Blueface universe already carries more narrative weight than half the reality TV shows on streaming. Karlissa has publicly had friction with people before. Chrisean has been involved in headline storms. And Blueface, his name alone can pull comments from the depths of the internet. Put all three in the rumor blender. Add the word homecoming. And boom, you get scandal stew simmering on high heat, and this sarcasm writes itself. Fans spoke with absolute certainty as if they personally watched security gate logs. She got turned away, one said. They didn't risk it, said another. When asked for proof, they responded with vibes, emojis. And that classic line heard in every viral meltdown. It's obvious. Nothing was obvious. Nothing was confirmed. And that's exactly why it spread so aggressively. Clarity is boring. But mystery hits numbers. Meanwhile, the party imagery didn't help. Clips showed Blueface smiling, posing, performing, and surrounded by guests like the night was dipped in gold. People magnified the background of every frame. Do you see Karlissa? Nope. Do you see Chrisean? Nope. And in that absence, the storyline cemented. Not showing someone became proof they were barred, which makes about as much sense as assuming someone was fired because they didn't appear on your Instagram story. But logic is weak against adrenaline, and the internet was sprinting on pure hype. Soon the theories evolved from barred at the door to strategically excluded. Some claimed the events planners wanted to avoid drama. Others said Blueface allegedly didn't want unresolved tension overshadowing the night. A few acted like they were at backstage meetings and wrote, they agreed ahead of time not to bring certain energy. Storytellers got paid for speculation. Half the internet would retire rich. Karlissa's supporters clapped back with their own theories. They said she simply didn't attend because she didn't want to. They said she avoided the spotlight intentionally. Someone even posted a screenshot of her eating at a restaurant that night, claiming that was a statement. Yes, food became symbolism. Rival fans titled it her eating peacefully after being snubbed. Others titled it proof she wasn't even trying to pull up. When a picture of someone dining becomes court evidence, society has successfully gone off script. The Chrisean side of the fan base brought even more fireworks. They pointed out that she was posting regular content online during the party hours, laughing, talking, existing. And somehow that also became ammunition. One group said, she's unbothered. She didn't want to be there. Another insisted, she's hiding hurt. That clip is her distraction. Some even said her silence confirmed everything because silence means story. If she had posted a banana, someone would have turned that banana into symbolism too. And through every twist and rotation, the leak that triggered everything was still floating online, untethered to any confirmation. No official statement came from Blueface. Karlissa said nothing concrete. Chrisean didn't address the rumor. The event organizers never released a guest list. Yet the storyline marched on as if every spectator held notarized paperwork in their pockets. When the culture wants drama, it doesn't wait for permission, it generates it. The funniest part? The footage from the actual party showed nothing hostile, tense, or dramatic at all. Just lights, crowds, music, vibes. No signs of anyone being turned away. No confrontation at the gate. No live stream meltdown. Just a normal event that became scandal theater because names with history got attached to a rumor nobody could source. The clip wasn't messy, the interpretations were. But that didn't stop the avalanche. People started imagining conversations that never happened. They wrote scripts in comment sections. They debated motives. They assigned guilt and victory crowns to invisible participants in a situation nobody could prove even existed. And that's when the storyline finally upgraded from rumor to legend. The lack of evidence became the evidence. The confusion became fuel. The internet didn't need receipts, it needed drama. And this canceled and barred narrative gave it drama on a silver platter. And so the night continued to glow in footage while the scandal grew in imagination. People stopped asking, "Is this true?" and started asking, "What if it is?" Because the truth might be boring, but what if? What if is addictive? What if is gasoline? What if is the reason rumors become history? Books online. And that what if is what turned a regular homecoming party into one of the juiciest mystery reels the culture has seen in months. Once the rumor reached peak saturation, the internet transformed into a digital court with no judge, no jury, and no evidence. Yet somehow everyone still spoke like they were delivering closing statements. TikTok creators introduced investigation boards, complete with screenshots, red arrows, timestamps, and wild theories pulled from thin air. They zoomed into background reflections, comparing silhouettes like they were decoding FBI material. One even circled a champagne glass and declared, "This is proof Karlissa wasn't allowed in." Another slowed down a clip of Blueface greeting a guest and swore his blink pattern revealed he felt guilty. If conspiracy had a theme park, this storyline was the VIP ride. Then came the celebrity whispers. Not confirmations, just cryptic crumbs that people twisted into full narratives. A rapper posted, "Some people ain't invited to every table," with a shrug emoji. Boom! Fans attached that to Karlissa. A reality star said, "Y'all messy for nothing." And instantly, people claimed it was a coded response to the homecoming rumors. Even an old live stream clip of Chrisean saying, "If I'm not welcome, I won't pull up," resurfaced from months back. And the culture welded it to this scandal as if prophecy had been fulfilled. Suddenly, everything was symbolic. A song lyric, a nail color, an outfit choice. All signs, warnings, confirmations. A blogger pointed out that Karlissa posted a picture wearing all black a day later, calling it morning attire for being canceled. Meanwhile, Chrisean shared a gym selfie and certain fans declared it a rage workout after embarrassment. Reality didn't matter. Everything fed the storyline, but the real avalanche hit when rumor pages claimed multiple sources. Said event security was instructed to avoid tension by keeping certain people out. No source named, no quotes shown. It's just the phrase, multiple sources. The internet's magical wand that turns fog into facts. People quoted it like scripture, saying this came from insiders. When asked who those insiders were, their responses boiled down to, "I saw it online." In pandemic-level rumor outbreaks, nobody has to be specific. The memes were unstoppable. They took over timelines like glitter that gets stuck in carpet. Edits showed Karlissa shaking her head with captions like, "When you see the guest list didn't list you." Others showed Chrisean walking to her car with dramatic violins, labeled allegedly after security said no. The best one. A clip of someone standing outside a locked Walmart door with the text, "Chrisean trying to get inside Blueface's party." Comedic chaos always arrives when a scandal starts running out of oxygen. Laughter becomes the defibrillator. Meanwhile, fan wars erupted like volcanic eruptions. Karlissa's supporters insisted she wouldn't attend, even if invited. They said the party was low budget and not her scene. Opponents fired back, if she wasn't canceled, someone would have seen her inside. Some people took a spiritual angle, claiming the universe protected the vibe by allegedly barring drama. Others screamed jealousy, favoritism, karma, or cosmic alignment. TikTok philosophy at its wildest. Chrisean's side delivered its own subplots. Screenshots circulated claiming she reacted with an eye roll emoji, though nobody could pinpoint where it came from. Others believed she posted a subliminal caption: "I don't chase rooms, I build my own." It's unclear if she ever wrote those words, but anonymity didn't stop people from branding it as a response to the ban. The rumor machine never pauses to verify. Even Blueface, who remained silent and carefree in every party clip, became a target for light readers. They studied his smiles like historic documents. "This is the smirk of someone hiding tension," one post claimed. Another said he looked relieved because the energy stayed clean. Someone else swore they heard him say, "We kept it smooth," even though the audio didn't pick up any words at all. The imagination economy was booming. Then came the fanfiction theories that Karlissa and Chrisean both declined invites intentionally, that Blueface and his team were being strategic about public optics, that the entire Bard narrative was actually a distraction from another secret story no one had uncovered yet. People even created timelines comparing old conflicts, trying to connect dots that probably never existed. The longer the silence stretched, the more complex the plot lines became. It wasn't long before the Karlissa canceled narrative mutated into Karlissa exiled, then Karlissa iced out, then Karlissa blacklisted. None of those words were ever spoken by organizers or insiders, but audiences kept upgrading the headline to keep adrenaline rushing. Nothing keeps viewers locked in like the feeling that they're watching something forbidden. Chrisean's rumor arc evolved just as rapidly. It shifted from barred at the door to blocked before arriving to her name was allegedly flagged. A comic-style skit even portrayed her shaking gates as dramatic music played. The performer wrote, "This is how y'all act over rumors," and still some commenters thought it was real footage. Yes, satire was mistaken for evidence. That's how unhinged the hysteria became. And the more ridiculous the interpretations got, the more viral the scandal became. Comment sections filled with strangers debating if Karlissa and Chrisean not attending meant there was a master plan, a low-blow silent ban, or just coincidence. Nobody accepted the possibility that nothing happened. The idea of a non-scandal felt illegal. They didn't attend, it must mean something. They did attend and weren't seen on camera, it must mean they were hidden. Every scenario became dramatic because calm outcomes don't trend. People even dissected Blueface's playlist choices trying to decode messages. One song lyric about loyalty turned into indirect shade. Another track with breakup references turned into symbolic confirmation. It reached the point where random background light flickers were treated like spiritual signals. When the crowd wants conspiracy, even disco lights become clues. And in the middle of this tornado, Blueface's party footage kept rolling online. Bottle pops, smiles, music, dancing. Fans vibing, not a single frame showing tension at the door. No angry exits, no arguments, no camera-caught conflicts. Just celebration. But that reality couldn't compete with a spicy theory, as irony would have it. The quiet clips, the stillness, the normalcy, that was what made the internet even crazier, because absence is more powerful than presence. When people want mess, they will invent it from shadows, from empty corners, from grainy angles, from things that simply didn't appear on camera. And that's how the rumor graduated from maybe to must be true. Not because anyone confirmed it, but because nobody disproved it loudly enough. No denials became suspicious. Oh? Statements became fuel. And speculation filled all remaining space like fog. The scandal thrived because of one universal truth. When celebrity names get thrown into the rumor pit, silence sounds louder than any microphone. And that silence kept the entire culture locked in suspense, waiting, analyzing, rewatching, wondering who got canceled, who got barred, and whether any of it ever happened at all. When the dust finally began to drift down, people realized the scandal lasted longer than the actual party did. Blueface's music had stopped, the venue lights were off, guests went home. And yet the comment sections were still arguing about who was allegedly invited, who wasn't, who might have been blocked, and who secretly chose not to pull up. The event ended, but the storyline lived on like a ghost in the algorithm. Screens filled with post-party edits, reaction uploads, and behind-the-scenes breakdowns from people who had never stepped within 5 zip codes of the venue. It didn't matter. Hype doesn't need tickets, it just needs names big enough to fill blank spaces. As the adrenaline cooled, the internet began reviewing the evidence that never existed. The so-called canceled list, screenshots vanished or were labeled satire. The alleged entry denial clips turned out to be normal videos with no context. Even the claimed insider sources started getting buried under other trending topics. And that's when the hilarious realization hit. Millions spent hours building a scandal skyscraper on foundation sand. There were no statements, no confirmations, no leaked audio, no receipts. It's just whispers that got louder until they sounded real. But the aftermath didn't give anyone closure. Instead, it left the public chewing on uncomfortable irony. Blueface didn't speak on who was invited or excluded. Karlissa never publicly addressed being canceled. Chrisean never confirmed being denied. The silence wasn't dramatic. It was just silence. And everyone had to sit with the possibility that the whole narrative was internet fan fiction. Wearing a trench coat and pretending to be investigative journalism. That didn't stop people from rewriting meaning, though. Some swore Blueface intentionally stayed silent because he wanted the spotlight on the celebration, not the storyline. Others claimed Karlissa's lack of reaction meant she found the rumor too ridiculous to respond to. A different faction said Chrisean's decision not to address it was queen behavior, choosing peace over chaos. When no one speaks, the crowd fills the silence with whatever fits their aesthetic, and as the party clips continued circulating, bottle pops, blue lights, music, and normal laughter, people began realizing that if anyone had truly been banned, turned away, embarrassed, or canceled, the internet would have had a 10-camera angle leak in 5 minutes flat. Someone would have live-streamed confusion. Someone would have posted a rage caption. Someone would have uploaded dramatic tears. But none of that happened. The only evidence that fueled the narrative was absence, which, ironically, isn't evidence at all. The aftermath turned into a public mirror. Commenters went from shouting confidently to quietly questioning if they'd let imagination outrun logic. A few even called out the whole storyline as a cultural addiction, attaching drama to every blank space because outrage is more entertaining than clarity. They joked that a celebrity can walk past a street lamp and someone online will write symbolic shade toward their rival. And this scandal proved it. Then something even more interesting emerged. Empathy. People began noticing how fast online narratives can twist a normal situation and how casually entire audiences attach words, like canceled and barred, to real people's names without proof. Conversations surfaced about how easy it is to toss someone into rumor flames simply because silence leaves room for interpretation. Celebrities aren't characters, they're humans. But in the rumor economy, humanity gets swapped for storyline. Others pointed out that the party came and went without drama. No security footage surfaced showing confrontation. No attendee posted disappointment. No fan claimed they witnessed someone being blocked. The scandal existed entirely through speculation. The digital version of campfire storytelling, fun in the moment, but evaporating as soon as the lights come on. Eventually, Blueface moved on, posting normal content. Karlissa posted life as usual. Chrisean remained unbothered, laughing with her circle and focusing on her own energy. It was almost comedic how the three people at the center of the rumor universe acted like nothing needed clearing up. And maybe that was the most powerful response, refusing to validate assumptions with explanations. Sometimes the absence of outrage is the clearest dismissal. And while fans searched for symbolism, others started seeing the scandal differently, as a reflection of how celebrity culture now runs on projection instead of truth. Nothing actually needs to happen for a storyline to go viral. All it takes is a rumor seed planted in fertile ground. And Karlissa canceled and Chrisean allegedly barred was the internet's dream seed, full of tension, potential, unresolved history, and personalities big enough to spark wildfire debates. Soon, the trend cycle did what it always does. It pivoted to the next presumed scandal. Someone saw a mysterious unfollow, a vague emoji tweet, or a cryptic live stream comment somewhere else, and suddenly that became the new center of attention. The homecoming rumor slowly drifted into archive territory, surviving only as a half-remembered digital legend whispered like, "Remember when everyone thought they were banned?" Even while fading, it stayed iconic because it captured the exact formula that keeps online. Culture spinning. Mystery plus silence equals hysteria. And in that low buzz quiet after the outrage storm, the clearest truth surfaced. If Karlissa had wanted to claim she was canceled, she would have. If Chrisean had been embarrassed, she would have teased, blasted, joked, or clapped back. If Blueface had barred anyone to avoid drama, someone in the guest circle would have spilled something messy. But with none of that happening, the storyline shrunk into what it likely always was. Speculation cooked into spectacle. Yet one thing remained lasting: the warning embedded in the aftermath. When social media takes the wheel, a harmless moment can turn into headline hysteria. A missing face becomes proof. A silent timeline becomes a scandal. And the audience becomes its own scriptwriter, director, and narrator, even when the plot they're telling might not exist at all. The Karlissa canceled saga wasn't a scandal. It was a social experiment the culture ran on itself. And the Chrisean allegedly barred plot wasn't an expose. It was an echo chamber assignment that millions completed together. What people saw wasn't Blueface's homecoming, but their own craving for narrative chaos. And once that settled in, the whole situation suddenly looked simpler than any theory dared admit. Maybe Karlissa didn't pull up because she had her own plans. Maybe Chrisean didn't show because life isn't always staged around parties. Maybe nothing happened and people just wanted something to talk about. But the mystery still lingers, like perfume on clothes, hours later, because rumor culture hates closure. It loves questions that never die. Was someone canceled? Was someone barred? Or did the internet just throw confetti on silence? The story ends exactly where it started. Not with answers, but with curiosity. Because in the world of viral speculation, the unknown is always more entertaining than the truth. And there you have it, Blueface's homecoming bash, turned into the internet's favorite detective puzzle, fueled by blurry screenshots, missing cameos, and not one single confirmed detail. If you rode through the rumors, theories, breakdowns, me-fests, and shadow hunting hysteria with me, you're officially certified at level 10 in digital scandal archaeology. Now it's your turn to finish the investigation. Was Karlissa canceled, or did the internet conjure that headline out of vapor? Was Chrisean really barred, or did silence just make people hungry enough to invent a story? Drop your verdict in the comments. Conspiracies, logic, wild theories. We want all of IT. Before you disappear into the next trending mystery, make that LIKE button tremble like a guest list under pressure. Smash subscribe with the force of a rumor going viral. And hit notifications so hard the algorithm files a complaint. Because here at Expos Express, scandal never sleeps, it just reloads. Tomorrow's headlines could come from anywhere. A strange live stream angle, a cryptic lyric, a forgotten comment suddenly treated like prophecy. And you already know we'll be here, dissecting every pixel, joking through the chaos, and turning the smallest whisper into a cinematic breakdown. Because in celebrity culture, clarity is optional, but entertainment? Mandatory. So stay locked in, stay nosy, stay ruthless with the theories. And remember, every silence is a possible scandal. Every absence is a potential headline. And every drop of uncertainty is a new investigation waiting to explode. This is Expose Express. And our next dive might make this homecoming rumor look like teacup drama. Strap in, because the next alleged leak could already be loading in someone's camera roll right now.